This is that stupid signpost we've been cycling for. Observer. Well. What's the day looking like ahead of us? I have to go from Haast to Aotearoa, 78 kilometers of sealed road, so pretty easy going. Gentle climbing up until we got this nice little thing here called the Haast Pass, and it looks like a leg breaker. So I'm aware of that, and as I get on top, then we start going down, and then we go from Aotearoa to Lake Hawea. Now I am definitely staying in Lake Hawea. It's about 130 kilometers in total, but you can see the last little bit here. We've got the neck, which I've been to before just by in a car, so I'm familiar with what this looks like, and it looks pretty much like this. So again, I'll be taking this cautiously because I may be a little bit tired, but overall it looks like a pretty good day ahead of me, and let's see how it unfolds. Well, I've left Haast about 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. What a beautiful morning it is. I'm warmly dressed, so I feel nice, but I'm surprised. When I left it was quite cold, but now there's almost like a little warm breeze coming through. It's very, very nice. Passed some cows, so greeted them all. And got the Haast Pass to do, which looks like a bit of a climb, but apparently it's very scenic, so I'm looking forward to that. So I'm just admiring these magnificent mountains around me at the moment. So now, only 20 minutes out of Haast, Mount Aspiring National Park. Look at that magnificent waterfall up there. It took 4 or 5 meters of rain to get to. Nice waterfalls. So Mount Aspiring National Park, obviously a fairly large park in New Zealand. I don't do any skiing, but I'm pretty sure it's famous for its snow and its skiing. The road's been very quiet up until now. So just a nice gentle climb coming out of Haast, Mount Aspiring National Park. This is pretty much what it's like the whole way along. We've got these nice waterfalls and a mixture of ferns and then some really interesting rock faces. "27 kilometers in. There was a sign there that said Roaring Billy Falls coming up. Let's see if they're roaring. Good morning. It is 47 kilometers in from Haast, just about to do the Haast Pass at Pleasant Flat recreational area. So it looks like a nice camping area there. I'm being bitten by sandflies, but look at that. Just absolutely stunning. So about to go over the bridge and follow the pass up, which it looks like a mother of all passes, but looking forward to it because once you go down I can hopefully get eggs and toast and a pot of tea. Wow, just left a beautiful spot at the base before the bridge, eaten alive by these little monkeys, and the Haast Pass is about to start, and all I see is a massive mountain in front of me. So at the moment I can't quite imagine how this road's leading, but somehow it needs to get to the other side of that massive hill in front of me. I think I've done most of the past. And now I'm just walking down to Fantail Falls, which is seems to be a little bit. Ooh, that's just fancy. Seems to be where all the tourists are stopping. Lots of cars outside. Okay. Look at that water, eh? Beautiful. I am just had an extended lunch at Wonderland. We're in Otago at the moment and met up again with Andy.
From the UK, hi guys. Sean, doing a great job here. Sean from Monica, brilliant.
And James, I keep on saying, I've said it a few times, I said I've met somebody who sounds just like David, so it took more...
You're right, love, alright. You're from Sheffield, innit? Alright.
Tell me that doesn't sound like David.
Anyway, we're about to head off quite soon, and Lake Hawea for me, and some more cyclists coming in that I look like tourists, and Wanaka, I guess.
Yeah, Monica, here we come.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So probably done 10 k's or so since having lunch. I was so much looking forward to eggs on toast, and then they said no, the breakfast menu was closed. I checked the weather forecast, looks like rain's going to hold off. But 35 kilometre an hour southeasterlies. Right now I'm in a little shorter spot, but it's been quite difficult riding these headwinds because they're quite choppy as well. And just have to make sure you don't get pushed off the road into an oncoming vehicle coming up behind you. The road is quite busy. And I thought I was giving some help to my compatriot rider once we left, but I looked back. The wind was so strong it's actually difficult to look behind you because it just makes your bike so unstable. So I'd been cycling for, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes or so in this headwind, thinking I was giving him a break, and I looked around and I could not see him. So I think I'll just keep on going until the point where we can see both Lake Hawea and Lake Wanaka. There's a spot on the road that you can pull up to see there. So it was bugging me. My gut feel was that was Lake Wanaka on the right hand side, and it's true, it's Lake Wanaka. Just look. I've been it's been going on for a long while, and it's only the beginning of it. It goes all the way down there. And it says Lake Hawea coming up. The headwinds are really strong, which makes it sometimes difficult to negotiate traffic. Well, up yet another hill. Lake Hawea, just on the left. Down to 1 bar. I've been another 10 or 15 k's today. Even if the battery runs out, it'll be okay. Just want to go. I've been going up fast today. It was mostly in normal power. So obviously use more power there and use a lot of eco today because we're going the headwinds. So even though it's an eco, it would have been draining because you're pending into those winds using quite a bit of power. So again, it just shows you it's quite difficult to estimate the actual range you'll get in the battery. It very much depends on the weather conditions. Well, that's where I'm heading for tonight. Done around about 130 kilometers so far. Even though the climb is only 1,700 meters, we had significant headwind today. When I looked at the Met service, it was referring to 35 kilometers an hour, but this is Lake Hawea. Really, really good. E-bike battery down to 4%, so just enough to make it there. And it's just been absolutely spectacular scenery today, from moving between two provinces, obviously, the wild west coast into Otago, riding past Lake Wanaka and Lake Hawea. And it's only when you cycle next to them do you realize how big they are, how long they go on. They just go on forever and ever and ever. So riding into the township, Lake Hawea. Look at that. Pretty as a picture, eh? I have no idea. I'd say that's the wrong route. So tomorrow, besides a bit of climbing, it should be a relatively easy route, not 20 kilometers.
Yeah. Is it Catholic on the right?
And I'll be happy to share a beer with you if you're going for that.
No, it's got back Catholic.
You feeling strong?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe just grab the front. She's a heavy beast.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'm going to beer.
Oh yeah, there, yeah, you do.
I'll get it. Yeah, okay. So I finished day 19, about to set off on day 20. So day 19 obviously didn't finish the way I expected it to finish. And it's quite strange. My illness came out of absolutely nowhere. I was feeling again a little bit drained that day and couldn't quite put my finger on it. Again, just thinking I must be exhausted doing all these kilometers. But it really came out of nowhere. The first time I've ever had an ambulance called out for myself. But I must be honest, the whole time I was quite relaxed. I didn't think there was anything wrong besides diet or electrolytes or something like that. The family were obviously quite concerned, so they insisted that I go get a checkup. So that's what I did, to give them some reassurances. So day 20 starts out by me going to check in at the Wanaka medical facility to make sure that I can still continue riding. So probably got like a 3% little concern that they're going to say I can't, but 97% I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. So the idea at the moment is wake up in the morning, I'm in Lake Hawea, and I've got 20 kilometer cycle ride on gravel paths and 5 kilometers, 25 k's to Wanaka. Now this route is pretty easy. The only thing is starting early in the morning. I do expect it to be a little bit chilly. So 25 k's, easy riding, go check myself in at the medical facility. Then that's the map there. And then from Wanaka to Queenstown, I now know I'm going to take it very easy. So even though we've got the Crown Range here from 300 to 1100 meters, big climb, I'm going to take it nice and easy if I can. And for sure, I'm going to make use of the battery, because I know that a lot of people have ridden on this road. It's not exactly made for bicycles. So, and also just from a danger point of view, I'd rather use a battery going up and just get out of the danger zone as quickly as possible. So, and I will be stopping off at Cardrona. Again, I don't know, get a cup of tea and a muffin or something like that, and then head up. And then all the way down, nice and steep, Arrowtown, and all the way to Queenstown. So in total, not terribly far to go. And then I have pre-booked myself into a backpackers in Queenstown, because Queenstown accommodation is generally not the easiest to come back and quickly get booked out, and it's very expensive. And I'm going to be sharing a room there with Klaus, so he didn't have to bother about that. So at least we're going to share the cost of that. So let's tackle the day. Well, Thursday morning in Wanaka, I've already cycled 25 k's. I've spent 20 minutes trying to thaw my fingers out now, absolutely burning, they're so cold. James had gloves on, but he doesn't feel it at all. The sun's just coming up, which is fantastic. It looks like a beautiful day. I am going to go and try and find something to eat, but interesting, NZ bike trails, the ladies are busy loading up their bikes for the day, so I'll show you what it looks like in action. Really nice trailers. Busy day for them. It's all loaded up. And quite interesting, when I've been staying, wherever I've been staying, I've had probably 4 nights staying in different places where the owner of the motel or whatever is super concerned about e-bikes and charging and batteries, and they all charged here. So had a bit of a medical event last night as well. Interesting, these little things called minerals, like sodiums and potassiums and that type of stuff. So it seemed like my electrolytes got completely out of whack yesterday. So I've been feeling fine the whole time, but some days high energy, some days low energy. And I finished yesterday's ride, relaxed, and about an hour later I started getting quite nauseous. And I eventually passed out. I woke up with James over me, talking to St. John's. So St. John's came to visit me, did a whole lot of ECG type readings and that type of stuff. After a while, everything stabilized. So we're pretty damn sure it's just electrolytes. So I'm going to have to be a lot stricter in terms of taking my electrolytes, which yesterday I hadn't taken. I think I'd only taken 1 electrolyte tablet, where I normally take, between 1 and 4. And I was thinking yesterday was quite an easy day, but still didn't have enough. So all my blood levels are obviously out. So we'll be taking it easy today on my way to Queenstown, beautiful Queenstown. Have to do the Crown Ranges, and we'll make sure I take lots of lovely videos. Well, about 10 k's out of Wanaka at the moment. Went to the medical centre. Thankfully, modern medicine did its thing. More ECGs, blood tests and that type of stuff all came through good. So they're obviously concerned that with me fainting after doing a lot of physical activity, maybe they had a heart attack or something like that, but there's none of those proteins in the blood, which is good. So they basically said, make sure I drink enough water and have enough electrolytes. Managed to strip all the warm weather gear. As you can see, another road closure, so waiting for all the traffic. It's just absolutely stunning, lovely blue sky. And as the South Island does, it's very cold in the morning and warms up nice in the daytime. Well, I'm at the base of the climb up Cardrona. This is Cardrona Hotel. I've stopped here a couple of times, especially in winter. It is really nice cold day coming through here. It's a lovely little hotel, and having a glue line or something like that, really good. Obviously they've tried to keep the architecture.
What a wasted time.
So just to make sure I keep the nutrients up. For the bike safety. We'll go to the general store and see if there's a little something to snack on. Never been in there. Hello. So I grabbed a quick lamb pie. It was very yummy. Again, what reminds you of the Western Cape. There's a apple tree full of apples, fruits, grapes over there, lovely roses. That looks like some type of lavender. Another apple tree. Well, it's the top of the what they call the ranges, the pass. It is a bearable, but it goes on for a long way, and the last bit is really steep. I did change over the right at the end there to high power, mostly because it's quite dangerous this cars passing. I just wanted to make sure I can get out of that zone as quickly as possible. Here we're coming up to the traditional tourist lookout viewpoint. So way in the distance you can see Queenstown, so we're going to head down that pass into Aotearoa.
Cause I know what a waste, what a crime, what a fucked up time, and I should go. So I take what I can and I toss it in the car, drive away down the highway. I can't stay, cause I know that all I know, it's time to go.
So the trails going through Aotearoa were amazing. I don't think I've seen so many cyclists anywhere on the tour besides there. I've all mates and models and descriptions and ages, and very busy with cyclists. Now on the way to Queenstown, a little connection between the two. Again, the TA takes us through these little backcountry routes. At the moment we're going through a deer farm. You can see the landscape's very different. So this is the Shotover Bridge. Like many bridges, got a long history. Reading up there, 1909 is when it started. This particular bridge was rebuilt in 1975 because the other one collapsed. And again, you can imagine during heavy flooding, it would look quite different. Okay. Well, that's the end of day 20. Making sure I experience everything that a bike tourer should have, so staying in something for after backpackers. But look at maybe camera, can you show it? There we go. The best part of Queenstown. Look at that stunning view. And then cycled, I think it's 107 k's in total today. Cycled to Queenstown and just bought some lasagna, which is in the microwave, busy warming up. And tomorrow leaving at about 7 to catch the ferry at 7:30. I'm going to try and finish off the TA tomorrow, which is a big day. It's 200 and something k's, but it sort of was going to be 2 easy days or 1 harder day, so I decided let's make 1 harder day. And all going well, James is going to drive down to Bluff, leave the vehicle there and start cycling back, and then he'll meet me in theory about halfway and we'll go back together after that. Signing off for tonight. Definitely at this stage myself, and I'm pretty sure Klaus as well, got mixed emotions, gone a long way. It's really difficult to take this slowly unless you've got some other plan to slow you down. So we are pushing the kilometers, and we're nearing the end of the cycle tour. Anyway, the day ahead for me, we're going to catch the ferry. And this is a staff ferry that leaves at 7:30 I think it is in the morning from Queenstown, and if we go across, we're going to go over to Walter Peak. So it's the first time I'm on the lake doing this ferry trip. First time to Walter Peak, and then you can see we've got this big steep hill going up to Von Hill. 103 kilometers remote gravel roads and cycle trails. So even though it's 103 kilometers, it's a long way. I do remember James telling me, emphasizing it's really in the middle of nowhere. It's really remote. So I'm expecting this to be a pretty tough day and a pretty tough route, especially as fast. First bit, I wonder what those gravel roads are like, and then from there it's all downhill. Besides these little knobbies over here, all the way down to Mossburn. So that's 103. There's Mossburn over there, and then we want to go from Mossburn to Winston. Look at that, all the way down. 56 kilometers sealed, 13 kilometer cycle trail. And again, if we just look at e-bike here, I would see some significant advantage myself going up to this point here with the e-bike. The rest over here, and probably sort of coming down quite a bit, but after that, if I start looking at this over here, sealed roads, I would see the gravel bikes coming into their own here, and depending where these people want to, other TA riders want to stop, most of them, we're talking about Winton, stopping off at Winton. Yeah, but as I continue going, I'll probably expect to be overtaken at this point. And I'm forgetting kilometers already, so we're looking at 103, call it 160, 173 kilometers to Winton, and then Winton to Wallace, another 23. So let's just round it off. We're at 200 mark, and then Wallace to Bluff, again sealed roads, sealed paths, gravel roads. So that's another 30, 40. So about a 230 or 240. Dave, you can see it's quite flat. So it'll be my biggest day, but saying that, a lot of it's going downhill, and I've got the whole day to do it. So that's the plan. Really looking forward to it. Mixed emotions. Last day. Let's see how the day turns out. Well, this is the start of day 21. Little farm here. Just been dropped off by the ferry. I always say it seems to take longer to set up my bike. So everybody's ahead of me. Looks like another beautiful morning. Take a while for my legs to warm up. So interesting on the boat. It was a time to meet Peter, who found my phone. He's been carrying my phone the whole time, and we expected to catch up and meet ages ago, but it turns out he was on the ferry, which is great. And then some of the other riders that keep on bumping into as well. So I think there was 5 of us on the boat, all doing the TA. Yeah, so the doubt I've got at the moment is my Wahoo navigation is on, it's powered up. I can see a map, I can see I'm riding on a road, but it's not giving me any indication if I'm on the right road or if I should continue. It just shows one little triangle on this road. I haven't seen many alternatives to the road I'm on, but shit, am I on the right road or not? Don't forget to get it. Come on, mate. Come on. That's okay, mate. Now I've restarted my GPS twice now, and my GPS, I've restarted it twice. It's showing me a road, but not where to go. So I feel more confident if I can see it right in front of me. For the next 11k, keep that up in the head fast. It's that here. There's no turn. Okay. So from memory, this was called Vom's Pass or something like that. It is by far the biggest, steepest climb today. Highest point as well. Thereafter, besides a whole lot of minor hills, it is all downhill. But look at the rugged remoteness of this. It really is Oh, how do you describe it? It's stunningly beautiful, stunningly remote, stunningly rugged. Well, stocking up some snacks. Just had an electrolyte tablet at the top of Von Hill. Made use of the battery on normal all the way up. Would have been, it must be quite a tough road on a normal bike because it's all gravel. I don't know what it's like. You're probably standing a little bit, trying to get power in. Every power stroke, a little bit of slip on the back wheel. So that road becomes a whole lot longer for a normal cyclist. But it's absolutely stunning up here. Very remote, very rugged. If you believe that God created the world and God created all of this, you have to marvel at his work. Well, that's Klaus in front of me. I can't tell you exactly how many kilometers I've been going because I once again forgot to stop my watch right in the beginning. So I probably started at, I don't know, I'm guessing about 7 k's in. It's now saying 39 kilometers. So maybe we've done 45ish somewhere around there, I don't know. And just a reminder, not that I need one, how different the dynamics are between the e-bike and a normal gravel bike. When I've got big downhills or uphills, I outperform them quite significantly. But as soon as we come to level sections, even like this, it is a back in favour of the gravel bike. Well, we're about I guess 63, 64 k's in. Just done a nice section, must be about 10 kilometres, where the gravel road smoothed out a bit, and we were able to be cycling at between 30 and 40 k's an hour, which was really nice. So we're about 78 or so, maybe 80 kilometres in. Some ferry drop off on one of the bicycle trails again. Again, different topography. First time I've seen beef cattle. And on the left hand side, you can't quite see it now, there's a little river flowing. I passed some serious looking trout fishermen, all geared up in their trout fishing stuff, taking life very seriously. There you can see a little river. It does look like an ideal trout river. Well, it says 95 kilometers, and I've reached Mossburn. From memory, the manual said it was 103, which puts me around about the right estimation that I've done about 7, maybe it's 8 kilometers before switching my watch on. The trails have been very easy, very nice. Again, amazed at just how many trails there are suitable for bikes throughout New Zealand. It really is fantastic. So thank you to the hundreds of people who have made that possible. It is appreciated. I'll just see how far there's some bikes there. So it looks like it's a food and coffee shop. Maybe grab a cup of tea or something like that. I don't recognise that bike. Good. So just leaving Mossburn now. As this like little concertina works, all of us who started off this morning all went up there again briefly for lunch, and Klaus has already moved on. I've now moved on. The rest are catching up. Evelyn is definitely staying in Winton, the next major place we're going to pass, I think it is. Well, we are about 15 kilometres out of Mossburn. It's been like this the whole way. Really nice cycle track. Just a nice gravel path, straight as an eye, and the countryside is pretty much what you see on the left. Very large flat fields. Again, most of it seems to be sheep. I can see that this is a dairy farm. Cows at the bottom down there, big centre pivot irrigation. So, good agricultural land. that's a 145k so far. We've been quite lucky today. We've had a bit of a tailwind, certainly for the majority of this morning. It's now turned around a little bit, a slight headwind. And I must say, because it's flat to gentle going down, it's actually quite tiring on the e-bike, or let's say a mountain bike. And I can feel myself slowing down now. When I've been, certainly since lunch, trying to stick to the 125, 130, oh sorry, 25 to 30 kilometer range, which is easy to do, but it's just unrelenting. You just have to keep on that pressure of putting the pedal power in. Now I'm down to the, currently 23, a little bit of an uphill here, but 23 to 26, 27, and that's the difference, I think, with riding a heavier mountain bike versus these nice light gravel bikes. So Ian went past me quite some time ago. At this point, I wish I was on a gravel bike. Hello, my ladies. You see, they all walking themselves off to the milking parlour. Hello, my gorgeousies. Hello, sorry, just on the walk. Very interesting to look at you. You've got such big fat udders. You must be ready to milk. Hey, you can see all the collars they're wearing. Really has been quite successful. Come on, my girls. Enjoy your walk. Well, we are sitting on 170 kilometers so far, coming into Winton. The legs are tied. The left knee is starting to show a little bit of pain. I was sort of expecting around about Winton is where I'd meet James, so I'll be looking out a lot closer for him. Even though it's getting reasonably late in the afternoon, if I find an ice cream, I won't resist. Well, looks like I had needing to backtrack a little bit. Quite risky that I don't. James and I miss each other again because I've got no navigation again. You follow the route. It looks like it's in front of you. And when I looked at the commute maps, I should have turned down right early on. No guilty look. That's a 174 kilometers. I deserve it. I find James sounds like he's about 10 minutes out of Winton. So I'll meet up with him soon. Well, look who I see in front of me. Mr. James. Come on. Oh, that's the thing, yeah, I have to keep on stopping. Get the phone out, check.
Well, so is your Wahoo just not giving you directions at all?
No, I can see a map, I can see a road, but it doesn't tell me where to go. It's just like so frustrating.
So I've got this hand loaded on this, but I can't do it backwards. I've only loaded it in one direction.
Oh, it's just really.
So I could probably do it now. But I mean, I can look at my map now and just see. I only took one wrong turn.
But it's almost like this thing's loaded back to front. Anyway, we've got how many Ks to do?
Another 58.
Another 58 Ks. But I have company.
Fantastic. And it's all downhill.
And it's all downhill.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. Good. And somebody was straight sugar. You want some juice?
No, I've got Powerade for you.
Somebody was telling me it was really hard going because he was riding into headwind. Well, I can tell you the last 10 Ks it felt like I'm riding into headwind. So we'll see if the headwind goes in both directions now.
Well, not even enough few kilometres riding with Sean. They just waxing high, which is like turbo. And I'm on a full suspension mountain bike. And then I'm yelling at him, and he just keeps on going past the turn off. I don't know how he's made it this far. No wonder he's buggered. He keeps taking wrong turns, but I was yelling and yelling and yelling. Even the cows and the sheep were looking at me all scared, and he just rode off in the distance. He was just taking a very long way around, but it will serve him right for going into aero position and putting his bike in high. And I'm buggered already. Done quite a few. I think I've done almost 70 k's on a mountain bike, and it's just not sustainable. I'm running it in high. Just rip my legs off. But I don't know where he is. I don't know if I just keep going and let him catch up to me or what.
Well, not long to go. Look at that. That's the sea. We went through Invercargill, pretty much on the outskirts of it, so we really didn't see much of Invercargill at all. But again, super easy riding, really nice. Anybody who wants to get into some long distance riding, as I said earlier, we should start in Southland. It's super easy, really nice. And James just ahead. He's done 120 k's, I think, probably by the end of today on that little bike, which is pretty good because that bike's not built for it. And yeah, he's been struggling to keep up with me on my e-bike, so I've had to cut back the speed a little bit, but I've got no complaints with it. Our target is to get to the end while we still got sunlight, so we're going to mosey on now. I think we have done about 212. So I don't know, I'm not sure what's left, 20, 25, something like that. So I'll let me mosey on. Well, believe it or not, this is that stupid signpost we've been cycling for, and we made it. And I think, according to my records, it was all my funny getting lost all the time. I've done 248 k's today, and probably 1100 meters of climb. Thank you, James, for joining me on the last bit. We just passed Klaus coming in, which is fantastic. We did make it in time to see it before the sun goes down.
8 o'clock on the dot.
Is it 8 o'clock?
On the dot.
Ah, 8 o'clock on the dot. Isn't that some type of omen? Must be my lucky number going forward now. But that's what it's all about. So it's been absolutely epic. And now we're going to load the bikes on the back of the vehicle and go get a meal and probably a beer as well. So this is the Sterling Point. Don't see much life in terms of fishies or whales or sharks, but it does look bitterly cold, and it is pretty cold out here. So we're going to load our bikes up and be on our way pretty soon. Looks like a really nice restaurant up there, but we won't be using that one.